25 years, that is how long we have loved this franchise. So when the announcement dropped for Halo Campaign Evolved, the collective hype of the community could have powered a small nation. We were promised a definitive celebration of a masterpiece, a bridge between nostalgia and modern tech. Instead, we got a full-priced $80 corporate checklist disguised as a video game. Let's give credit where it's due. Visually, the game looks great. The lighting is phenomenal, the textures are crisp, and the environments look just like how you remembered them, with the bizarre exception of a highly glossed, wet paint coating slapped inside the Covenant ships. But looks are skin deep. Underneath this pretty veneer lies an absolute train wreck of modern AAA philosophy. Let's start with the most baffling decision of the entire package. Campaign Evolved launched with zero multiplayer outside of campaign co-op modes. Let that sink in. A quarter century ago, the original game revolutionized local split screen and LAN parties. It literally built the foundation of modern console multiplayer. Everyone who played back in the day remembers this game essentially giving birth to the online console FPS era, setting the gold standard for what a multiplayer experience should be moving forward. And now, in 2026, we are denied that entirely? To charge full premium price for a legendary multiplayer title and completely strip out competitive matchmaking is an insult. No capture the flag, no team deathmatch, nothing. Just a corporate promise that they are looking into adding it post-launch. While they seemingly couldn't find the time to include the most meaningful content from the original game, they found ample time to inject new content. Unfortunately for the fans of the original, that content consists of shoehorned, sanitized corporate pandering, what the community is rightfully calling woke slop. Instead of the gritty, desperate military sci-fi tone of the original, the writing feels like it was drafted by a human resources committee. The newly added characters don't feel like soldiers fighting for the survival of humanity. They feel like modern influencers dropped into a war zone, constantly pausing the action to deliver lecture-heavy monologues that completely shatter the immersion. The dialogue is painfully safe, thoroughly sterilized, and completely misses why fans fell in love with this universe in the first place.
You don't seem as impressed as the rest of your crew.
No, Sergeant Major, I'm not. Takes more than fancy armor and a good PR campaign to impress me.
The original masterpiece was a masterclass in raw, unapologetic military sci-fi that spoke directly to the core gaming audience. It embraced a gritty, high-stakes aesthetic where brotherhood, tactical grit, and survival took center stage, completely unburdened by real-world socio-political agendas. 25 years later, this reimagining strips away that battle-hardened edge to avoid offending corporate boards. Nothing highlights this absurd shift quite like the hilarious irony of the new ship's name introduced in the added content. It's a toothless, focus-tested moniker that feels more like an HR initiative than a warship. That's right, everyone. Welcome aboard the Triumph of Tolerance. If you want to see exactly where the writing completely derails, look no further than its new star, Lieutenant Williams. She suffers from a terminal case of main character syndrome. Despite being a brand new addition to a classic story, she acts like she owns the place, constantly talking down to established legendary characters and hijacking the narrative spotlight with cringeworthy, unearned arrogance. She is completely jarring and shatters the immersion of the entire universe.
Chief, I gotta do this. It would haunt me every day to know we let this nightmare factory survive. And I'll be damned if I let a Spartan steal the glory on this one.
But here is the funniest part. They completely neglected to show her off in any of the pre-release game trailers, not a single second of footage. Why? Because the corporate marketing team knew exactly what they were doing. They knew she wouldn't sell copies. They knew the core player base would see right through her, but they desperately wanted their woke appeasement points anyway, so they hid her from the marketing and crammed her into the final release like a Trojan horse of bad writing. To top it all off, the game's performance is atrocious. Despite the completely missing multiplayer, the campaign suffers from severe frame drops, memory leaks, and hard crashes on both PC and consoles. The entrenched community, the fans who have kept this franchise alive through decades of highs and lows, are unified on this. User reviews are in the gutter, and the sentiment isn't just anger, it's betrayal. This brings us to the broader, exhausting reality of modern gaming. Why do AAA companies keep doing this? Why do they repeatedly ignore player feedback, make the exact same mistakes, alienate their core audience, and then act surprised when their projects bomb? They are chasing a demographic that doesn't exist, while insulting the core player base that actually buys their products. Is there light at the end of the tunnel? Honestly, yes, but it's not coming from corporate boardrooms suddenly growing a conscience. It's coming from the market. We are finally seeing the breaking point. Players are voting with their wallets. Look at the massive success of indie titles and AA studios over the last few years. Studios that actually listen to gamers, deliver full experiences at launch, and focus on pure, unadulterated fun. The AAA giants will finally listen when the bleeding balance sheets force them to. Until then, stop rewarding them for giving us less for more. Skip this one, let the numbers do the talking. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please consider subscribing to my content. I want your sub for all the reasons why you know I want it. So please sub, and thanks again.